It's the fastest land animal on Earth, capable of reaching 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. But despite its breathtaking speed, the cheetah is running a race it might not win. What if I told you that this incredible predator, perfected by evolution over millions of years, is now hanging by a thread? Stay with me, because this is a story of survival, struggle, and a shocking twist in history you probably never knew. To understand how the cheetah became nature's ultimate speed machine, we have to go back, way back, to over 3 million years ago. The ancestors of today's cheetahs actually originated in North America before spreading to Asia and Africa. They were larger, stronger, and likely more robust hunters, adapted to a range of environments. During the Ice Age, a mysterious genetic bottleneck nearly wiped out the species. Only a handful survived, meaning that today's cheetahs are so genetically similar, they're practically clones. This lack of genetic diversity has serious consequences, which we'll get to later. But first, let's talk about something you probably didn't expect. Humans once tried to domesticate cheetahs. Unlike lions and leopards, cheetahs evolved for speed rather than strength. They became lighter, their claws adapted for grip, and their respiratory systems became hyper-efficient, allowing them to hit top speeds in mere seconds. But speed came at a cost. Cheetahs lack the brute force of other big cats, making them more vulnerable to predators and reliant on open landscapes to survive. Throughout history, humans have had a strange relationship with cheetahs. Unlike lions or tigers, cheetahs were never truly wild in the eyes of ancient civilizations. Pharaohs, Indian Maharajas, and even Mongol rulers kept cheetahs as status symbols. But here's the catch. Unlike dogs or horses, cheetahs never fully adapted to domestication. They were used for hunting, trained to chase down gazelles, but they never bred well in captivity. Even today, breeding cheetahs in zoos is incredibly difficult. So while they were tamed to some extent, they were never truly domesticated. And that's where things started to go wrong. These royal cheetahs, while revered, were often taken from the wild, reducing their already dwindling numbers. And when the trend of cheetah ownership faded, they were abandoned, unable to return to the wild. Humans had disrupted their natural order, setting the stage for the challenges cheetahs face today. Cheetahs were highly prized across empires and were transported long distances to please royal families. But due to their fragile nature and reliance on specific environments, their survival rates in captivity remained low, creating a cycle of continuous capture and depletion of wild populations. Fast forward to today, and cheetahs are in trouble. Big trouble. There are fewer than 7,000 cheetahs left in the wild, and their numbers keep dropping. Why? Because human expansion has turned their once vast hunting grounds into farmland, roads, and cities. Imagine being built for speed but having nowhere left to run. And remember that genetic bottleneck we talked about earlier? Well, it's making things even worse. Cheetahs are now highly vulnerable to disease, birth defects, and reproductive issues. With such little genetic variation, a single virus could wipe them out completely. And then there's poaching. Cheetah cubs are stolen from the wild and sold as exotic pets, mainly in the Middle East. The survival rate? Less than 10%. These cubs often die before they even reach adulthood. It's heartbreaking. Even in captivity, cheetahs struggle. With stress and poor genetic health, their lifespan is often shorter, and their breeding success rate remains dangerously low. This means that zoos and breeding programs, while helpful, are not the ultimate solution. But it's not all bad news. Conservationists are fighting back. In Namibia, one of the last strongholds for wild cheetahs, organizations like the Cheetah Conservation Fund are working to protect habitat, rescue injured animals, and even use livestock guarding dogs to prevent conflicts with farmers. Other countries, like South Africa, have pioneered relocation programs, moving cheetahs from conflict zones into protected reserves where they can thrive. And in an unprecedented effort, India recently reintroduced cheetahs back into the wild after 70 years of local extinction. Now, here's where you come in. Protecting cheetahs isn't just about saving one species, it's about preserving an entire ecosystem. You can help by supporting wildlife conservation organizations, spreading awareness. So tell me, should we let the world's fastest animal fade into history, or will we help it win the race for survival? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button to spread awareness, and if you love wildlife stories like this, subscribe for more, because every view, every share, every action counts. Let's save the cheetahs before time runs out.